How to make money online. Well, this was a rough one. Up till 2020 when COVID hit, I had no idea how to do it. We have mastered it as you've watched our channels grow. And thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. And let's keep it going together because I'm affecting more and more millions of people by doing it this way. You can all do it. It's just, again, a different skill set. Very different from me growing up and becoming, and having been a stage presenter, TV presenter, very different than doing radio, podcasts, and now online. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is a database. You have got to learn to monetize a database. The next thing you have to do is you've got to organize your structure. If you do not make the money through corporate structure and not as an individual, you're blowing all your ability to take the deductions out of an 81,000 plus page tax code of the United States. And then last is, how do you engage your audience effectively, legitimately, and how do you keep them not only coming back in a high level of engagement, how do you get them to actually contribute to your growth? Like, that is actually a little more masterful. So get a pen and paper. We've got a lot to talk about. So number one, how do you monetize a database? So if I was you and I was just beginning, I didn't have much of a database, I would go out to all the social channels. I'd make sure I have some really, really strong profiles of who you are, what you do. And then you want to start asking questions. So when I'm not sure what to do, pretty rare these days, but in the beginning, we did a lot of surveying, a lot of polling. What do you want me to talk about? I'm a money expert. And then even now, like we come into 2024, we did polls. What do you want to talk about? What's the conversation that's necessary today? This year, presidential election, we're in a war year, we're inflation. All those conversations are critical. They're relevant. We survey. So once you start that, you want to start moving your followers into a proper database. Now, we use the same database for now decades. So you're going to go to Ask RMS, ASKRMS.com. Ask RMS is a quick video that's going to tell you what we do and what we can help you do for very, 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 very reasonable marketing rates per month. The reason it's so critical is our database, the way we do it, has an automated campaign builder, and you can monetize out of it. So people go from social media following into your database. Now they are your lead. From your lead, you initially, amazingly as quickly as you can, make them a client. What's our fastest transition? Free plus shipping and handling. Because the shipping and handling does count. So you had to get out your credit card to get the shipping and handling to get me to send you a book. So that's one of our fastest. It's almost every author's fast transition is you go from giving 1 or 2 chapters to the whole book for shipping and handling. You want to get them out of following into your database and into monetizing as fast as you can. And again, you want to keep surveying and polling them. What do they want? How do you want to talk to them? Ask them. You're going to know if you're talking to them in a way that's effective and engaging to them, of whether they show up to continue to listen to you or they just keep moving away from you. So the next thing is your corporate structure, right? So I always say companies make money, individuals get taxed. So I, Loral Langemeier, make $42,000. I'm a single mom. I have a 17-year-old daughter, a son who's no longer dependent, but it's just her and I. So when I say corporate structure, I'm talking my companies make millions. I, Loral Langemeier, don't. So I want my companies to make money. Why? Because you have 81,000 pages of tax code. You could activate the tax code. You could officer and director benefits. You can give yourself a medical benefit plan. You can give yourself life insurance, key man insurance. There are so many benefits to owning a company and being the CEO of your life. So you can say, well, I have a big job and I want to do that. Good. Keep your job. And you need something else. I don't care if you're an NFL player, a firefighter, a cop, whatever you do out there, you're in the military. Thank you for your service. You have a big job and we need you to keep that job. But that doesn't mean you can't have other side hustles. You can't build a real estate portfolio. That's a business by itself. You can have an investment portfolio. So as you get into activating the code and really making money, I want to speak a little bit to the teens, because many of you as the adult, if you're 18 and older, you're a teenager under 18 cannot have their own company legally. You have to own it. So you can own it, and then the minute they're 18, they can come on and have it. There's many, 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 many tax benefits, especially if they're going on to a next degree of education of how you can become a partner. That's 100% reimbursement education to the company, not to you as an individual. Going to college or a higher education is a cost to you unless the company's paying for it, then it's an expense. And again, there's legal ways to set all this up. So I have done all of this. This is the tell-all of what I've done from my kids from the minute they were born, employed, Roth IRA all the way until they were 20 years old, right? So I've got 3 more years to show that this works because I'm doing it to my daughter as we speak, because I did it to my son, Logan. A lot of ways to make money. Let's talk to you teens a little bit. You say, well, how do I make money online? I've had teenage millionaires. They made the bottle cap jewelry. That was somebody that was, came from our community. Kids who make jewelry, sort of that whole lemonade stand. If you get my Put More Cash in Your Pocket book, you can go grab that on Amazon or the description below, however you want to grab it. But just what else can they do? They could actually garage sell your whole house. They could go, my daughter sells stuff on Poshmark. She's also a online tutor. I have other kids that are actually teaching music lessons online. You can do your own merchandise store. You can do affiliates. So what is it that you love to do and how can you do it? I mean, some of the fastest teenage millionaires that are being made online are usually YouTubers who also sponsor and got a makeup line, or they do a lot of like feedbacks like that. There's a whole bunch of mommy bloggers where all they do is give reviews and follow up on all the different new kids, products, from car seats to strollers to baby Bjorns to food to whatever they're doing. And they get supported and they get money back for that. So lots of ways. You just got to get out here on this lovely place called the bathroom wall. I call it the internet, and just see how are other people making money? What's attractive to you? You could do an Amazon store. You could do an eBay store. You could do whatever you want to do. But what do you got to do? Because it's about making new money on a regular daily basis. Now, before I give you third tip of the day on this, I want you to subscribe to my channel. I want you here 5 days a week. And please tell at least 5 or 10 friends. If you'd like to binge my channel, grab the link below. Make sure you go through our binge link. And if you watch 25 hours of my YouTube channel, I will give you $750 of a bonus for watching it. Now, that bonus is not in cash. It's a credit towards tuition to teach you more. How do you engage your audience effectively? Again, I start with surveys and polls. I test on a regular basis how they're responding. I've just learned this new word called creative fatigue. You need to be continuing to put out new content. So a lot of times you may hear me talk about something I've talked about 2 or 3 years ago, but in a new context of 2024, because it's going to be recycled. Everything recycles through, the processes and through whatever, you're training people to do. So make sure your audience is engaging. They're showing up. I put on at least once a week something that I'm going to come live to, where I want to see if they're going to come. I want to see if they're going to come and listen, if they're going to ask questions. If you go to askloral.com, ASKLORAL, ask a question, make a request. That's another way I make sure I'm talking to my audience in a way that they're responding, they're engaging, and more importantly than anything is they're learning and they're changing their life around money. The last thing I want to say about engaging your audience is really, please come to my Millionaire Intensive. There's tickets below in the description. I teach a technique called Ask, Tell, Ask. So I don't come out when I meet someone new and say, oh, I'm Loral, I'm the millionaire maker, blah, blah, blah. I say, my name's Loral, I'm a money expert. What's one thing I can change your life with today with money? What's one thing I can help you with money? I want to know from them, where are their problems with money? So then I tell them what my solutions are to help solve that problem. And then I ask for money. So it's an ask for the problem, tell the solution, and ask for cash. And you're starting to make sales. And a lot of you entrepreneurs, you are way too slow in your sales cycles. You actually don't have a sales process or a database. So again, I need you to go to askrms.com, listen to the video, call our office, ask about how you can engage our team and do the marketing we've been doing online that is making us millions of dollars, and it can make you just the same. At any time, always ask Loral, ASKLORAL. Again, is the place you ask questions 24 hours a day. We'll be back tomorrow. Have an amazing day.